into it and knock
No.
her over?
It's
There
not,
used to be a sign that said, "Welcome to North Reading."
right.
Okay.
But she mentioned that there was something there
There
previously.
was a sign there.
Are you, what are you talking to that little, in front of the library, is that what you're talking?
Kind of
No.
behind the gazebo.
No,
you're
right,
talking about.
right at the corner of Park and
Haverhill
Haverhill
Park.
Street, heading up the Bachelor School,
Right.
heading up the hill,
You know where
right in
they,
the
In that
corner.
corner.
you know where they put the sign,
Well,
block the road for the bachelor? You
Right.
see it rolled off into the grass there? A little bit further over, right there.
Yeah.
And it makes sense because you can see it. I think you would only be able to see it from 3 corners. There'd be one probably, you could probably see it off to your right.
Well, there's a fence there.
Personally, because it'd be up to the Historic District
Yeah,
Commission as
I'm
far as
just
where
saying
the
that
placement of it
They're
is.
hoping
I don't know
downtown that
that, I
area.
don't know that that's where I'd wanna see it placed personally. But to
I
me,
may have been wrong, I have to go back and
no,
look.
no, my guess is that's probably what it would suggest, because there was a sign there, "Welcome to North
Well,
Reading."
also, you know, if they're welcoming home a soldier, right, and it's up where the memorial is,
You're
you
not
know,
gonna,
who
who's
goes
going
up
to
there to
Right.
see it?
Right.
Not many people see it. I don't understand what they're talking about.
And you can use it for other, as Greg had said, you can use it for
So-
other announcements.
Take it the next.
If you have ideas on, once I hear back from the Historic District Commission, I'll let you know about the location. And if you have ideas and comments on that, please get back to me, and we will withhold action until I hear back from the board members on the proposed location. I think it's the fair thing to do.
And just quick,
wonderful
the
idea.
funding for this would come from where?
Private.
Private.
VFW donated some money.
Conceptually, I think it's a great idea to recognize those in the community that have gone off
It's nice.
to fight on
Very
our
nice.
behalf.
Nice sense of community.
Next item?
Next item is to turn it over to the board under old and new business.
Jeffrey?
I don't know, I guess, I got 1,000 things to say. But
Jeff?
I think I'm not going to say anything. Okay? Leave it at that.
Okay.
Following suit, I have nothing this evening.
Michael?
I would just like to pass along congratulations to our class of 2010 in the ceremony. Even though I did miss it, I heard a lot of great things on the new turf field, so congratulations to them. And also, now I know it's probably mixed emotions for the parents, because now they have to pay those college bills, but congratulations to all the class of 2010. That's it.
Steve?
Nothing other than we won't be meeting until after the 4th of July, so.
No, we're meeting
Oh,
Wednesday
it's
night.
Wednesday, but I mean for a public session.
Oh, yes.
You know, so that, wish everybody a good holiday, and safe 4th of July, and there are no fireworks this year, so, no festivities unfortunately, to the
We are
Dead
meeting
economy.
Wednesday at 6 o'clock at the Hillview office. And with respect to that, there is a tentative agenda that was in the town administrator's handout this evening.
Do you wanna, no, I didn't know if,
Yeah, I would.
just that we did get
Yeah,
an acknowledgement.
I was gonna bring that up too.
Okay, bring it up, fine, thank you.
Introductions and expectations, this will come from, you know, all of us and the facilitator. Overview of the goal-setting process, I think we just do a quick overview for the new members. Review and update the board's mission statement and the vision and core values of the town. I hope we don't spend a lot of time on that, we did already, but, you know, it's good to get additional input. And then, update the SWOTT analysis, and that's where we basically, as I recall, listed a whole bunch of goals, objectives, and then the board ranked them.
Right.
And we accumulated the rankings, and I think on one of the documents I sent you, you might have seen some numbers on 5, 4, 3s, and we'll go through that process again based on a review of the goals that we set 2 years ago and what updates, changes, and additions that we want to make. And then we'll review the goal-setting criteria and SMART goal-setting formula, and we'll set the goals for FY 2011. And we'll also set goals, you know, we'll set our vision looking out 5 years, like we did. So it was 213, we'll be doing up to 215. The one thing I did want to spend a little time on, I don't know if you caught that, the note I sent you, was I had hoped that we would spend a little time talking about how we might achieve some of these goals. I mean, it's nice to set the goals, but I think, and we may run out of time, I want to schedule another meeting, another work session to discuss that, but, I think we really need to prioritize those goals and kind of set out some kind of a plan, action plan together, which maybe is next steps, and then we're going to adjourn.
That's what I made a comment under, is on the next steps.
We got a memorandum from the police chief regarding asking us to recognize certain officers for the arrest of a dangerous felony suspect. And I believe that everybody got a copy of this. And so, so how do you want me to do this? Just read and?
I would suggest that the board just make reference to the names that are included on the cover memo.
Okay. Oh,
Those are the individuals that were involved.
cover memo. What do I do with the cover memo? I lost
Here
it.
you go, Bob.
No, I got it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, I'm going to ask that the board recognize the efforts of North Reading police officers involved in an incident involving the arrest of a dangerous felony suspect. The following members should be publicly recognized: Lieutenant Kevin Brennan, Lieutenant Daniel Jones, Sergeant Thomas Romeo, Sergeant Mark Zimmerman, Officer Bruce Herter, Officer James McCormick, Officer Paul Dorsey, and Detective Thomas Incarnacio.
Excellent.
Thank you.
The other thing, Mr. Chairman, too, is I think it's, based upon reading this whole thing, it's important to acknowledge the mutual aid and assistance of Reading Police Officer Anthony Catarello and Reading Police Department for their cooperation in assisting our department facing the situation.
Yes,
That's a
thank you.
commitment. And I know it was in the,
Yeah, that
it
was,
was in the body of the
right.
text of the letter, but you did a terrific job in assisting our department, and certainly is appreciated.
It's sort of, I mean, the public doesn't have access to this report, but sort of give you an idea of the dangers that our police officers face on a day-to-day basis in the process of executing their responsibilities. I think I've covered everything I had. And again, I'd like to thank the fire department for their quick response to my home this evening.
And I'll acknowledge that they also responded quickly to one of my family members' home earlier in the week.
Well,
So, do we have an executive session?
yes, briefly.
Okay?
For the purposes of collective bargaining
Mr.
strategy.
Prisco?
Mr. Chairman, I move to enter into executive session for the purpose of collective bargaining. Further, the Board of Selectmen will return to open session for the sole purpose of adjournment.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Prisco, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Mr. O'Leary.
Aye.
Mr. Prisco.
Aye.
Mr. Delaney.
Aye.
Mr. Yule.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. We'll take a 5-minute break while